संग तेरे नाम किया मैंने अपना जहां तेरे नाम किया ये दिल ये दिल ये दिल ये दिल तेरे नाम किया ये दिल ये दिल ये दिल ये दिल तेरे नाम किया तुमसे जीवन तुमसे ही दिल का बंधन उठले चुनरिया मेरे नाम की पिया ये दिल ये दिल ये दिल ये दिल तेरे नाम किया ये दिल ये दिल ये दिल ये दिल तेरे नाम किया
A very good evening and welcome to the Ken Rampersaud Show on Island Zone Radio. That's right. Welcome to the Ken Rampersaud Show on Island Zone Radio on a beautiful Sunday afternoon. It's now just about 5:04 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It's a beautiful day today out there. It's not too hot. It's my kind of weather. I didn't have to wear a jacket. Good evening, my dear co-host, Radhika Olarte. How are you doing today?
I'm doing well. A little bit tired. It's been a hectic week, a hectic weekend. But there we are. Here we are.
That's right.
Ready to go. And yeah, it's today the Ken Rampersaud Show. It's a lovely Sunday evening at 5 p.m. on the dot. Not a Monday, 8 o'clock, right?
No, it's not a Monday. We have to remember that. And the reason why I bring in Miss Radhika Olarte is that we have to do an interview in Guyana. Mr. Randy Madre, he is a big icon in Guyana, so we'll talk to him today. And one of the reasons why we will interview him today is that he is in charge of the pageant and so on in Guyana. So he have a couple of 10 young ladies who will be vying for one title. And so we will be interviewing all the contestants, and they call them the delegates now. So during the next couple the month coming, we will be interviewing, I think, 3 ladies at a time out of Guyana. You know, Radhika, but let's say hello to Mr. Deomoti. How are you, buddy? Wife is doing great things. Thank you very much. Betty Chris, a very good afternoon to you. Thank you very much. And she is watching out of Toronto, Canada. Shalini Ramotar, a very good evening to you. Thanks for watching, my dear. Farouk, the Irishman, good evening, sir. How are you doing? And Sateshwar Prasad, a very good evening to you. Thanks for watching. Good to have you on. You know, Radhika, couple of things that's bothering me that's out on social media. And one of them is that little girl who I saw the mother was taking her foot and pressing it on her back and mashing her down,
Stamping
on her and pulling her hair. And the poor girl was crying out so hard. You wonder these days, what kind of mother is that will do that to her child? And what's bad too about the whole story is that we had someone who was videotaping. I want to believe someone was videotaping the incident. And so if that's the case, it's a sad story. I'm trying to see if I can locate the child, if we can send something, buy some clothes or something for her, because her hair is in a mess. I could tell that child probably has been neglected by her family. I hope the government of Guyana, if she is Guyanese, that they will step in, take the child away from the parents, from the mother, because she's unfit to take care of that little girl.
Exactly.
So that's one
it's
thing.
It's a sad story. So many people, it's so sad that so many people want a child. They're dying to have a child. They pay so much money to have a child. And a lot of us who have children, we do not cherish those children. Children are to be treasured, cherished. They are our precious. They are the ones who will take on our legacy. So love your children. I know sometimes you have to punish children, but there are ways. Talk to them, and there are different ways of bringing a child to be how be a good child.
Right.
But you don't have to be hitting on them, stamping on them, kicking at them. That's a no for me.
Well, in this case, she was abusing the child. I could see she had a cigarette in her mouth smoking. Talk about that as we were talking. While I was in Guyana, I see a young mother was in a group with about four people, 2 guys and 2 girls. She and another girl. She was there with a little child, probably about 3 years old or so, somewhere around there. And she was smoking her cigarette with her daughter right there. And I'm like, sit down there, and I'm wondering in my mind, what kind of child are we raising now? Because if she's going to grow up in this kind of environment, then
the children read whatever they see. That's what they're going to follow. That's what they're going to do.
Another story out of Linden, Guyana last night is that we just saw a news flash here. The parents went on party last night, and as they were partying, they went home. They're probably tired, and they roll over and they sleep on the baby, or they step on the baby, and guess what? The baby is dead now. So
sad.
It's sad. It's a sad story. How come these things happen? You get a child, you're sleeping on the bed with the child, you're drunk, and you kill the baby.
Yeah, that's negligence, and not unresponsible. If you have a baby, then again, that's very, very sad.
I want to know what you're
put the
drinking.
baby in a crib, put the baby elsewhere.
With all due fairness, in Guyana, a lot of times we don't have crib. Things are changing now. But, everybody sleep on the same bed. So it's sad anyhow that a child has lost her life or his life, all because of parents' negligence. Jayasri Sarju, a very good evening to you. Thank you very much. So I know it has been a rough week for you and I. I went to 2 funerals this week, Monday and also on Tuesday, and I know you had a couple of funerals to go to. So
I actually had 4 funerals, and there were 2 other funerals that I never made to go to the wake. And my week is starting again with funerals. Tomorrow morning, we're both going to a funeral. The husband of a very good friend passed away. Passy. Then again, my cousin. I don't know if people are aware, who is aware, but Mahadev Shivraj is the actor, producer. We're actually cousins. And one of his brother passed away, all the way in New Jersey.
So before you go, I want to say on behalf of the Ken Rampersaud Show and from our hearts at Radhika and Ken, we would like to extend our deepest sympathy to Mahadev Shivraj and all his family. We pray that God will bless the soul.
Exactly. So tomorrow I'll be heading out there. Ken, I won't be coming on the show tomorrow night because I'll be overnighting in New Jersey so that I could attend all the rituals in the morning.
If I get a good guess, I may come on, or if not, we'll cancel tomorrow night. So I'm going to play it by ear and see what's happened, What else do we need to talk about? Yes, we are waiting on our guest from Guyana, Mr. Randy Madre. He is a fashion designer in Guyana, a young guy. So we'll be talking to him. I hope he didn't sleep or didn't forget that he has an interview today. As you can see, his picture is right somewhere here. His picture is somewhere on the screen. I have to look for it. Let me see. I'm getting old now, so you gotta bear with me. That's right. A good-looking guy, Randy Madre. As we said, we will be interviewing him. I'm hoping he will have a good time getting on the radio show. Let's see. We have Rewati Ketwaru is watching, and they said COVID came and killed so many, and some people still didn't wake up. You know, I was saying that
we were
last
talking about that last
right.
week. Yeah, we were discussing that. It was a wake-up call, and people are still not taking these things into account. They don't value life.
Right. And it's sad that we have to live so recklessly. And one of the things that we spoke about, Radhika and myself, I would say, we are planning a nice show on alcoholism and the effects on alcoholism. I will probably be first time I will be an actor. I want to act because of 30 years of nursing with patients who do drugs and alcohol. I want to portray a drunk man and the nurse. So get ready, guys. We coming hard. A lot of people for the past couple of weeks, I'm hearing so many guys are having problems with alcohol, and so we need to song.
We need to bring awareness. We need to bring an awareness to the community, to the youths of today, and we need to do this. We've been talking about it. It's been at the back burner.
We were supposed to do this a long time.
It has been at the back burner for a long time. The plans are there, and you know, Ken, I think we need another 10 hours in a day, because we do run out of time, and that's not because we're not doing anything. We're busy, and time just runs out on us. We have so many plans. You plan to do like 10 things a day, and sometimes we don't even get to number 5 or number 6. So,
well, I think we're typical Guyanese. I think that, like I say, if we get to take, now we could get to take 2 suitcases to Guyana or 1, and we're still overweight. If we get 10 suitcases, we can still be overweight. That's my take. And I believe that you and I get more time, we will still need more time during the day to do things. So we just have to prioritize. But there's so many things that's happening in our life that, but there is definitely we want to do this. I'm going to try push to see how best we can do it. Our lead actress, which will be Miss Radhika Olarte, she is busy as well as I'm a little busy sometimes. But, you know, what can I tell you? But I am thinking of every aspect of how do we address this drinking problem. How do we raise the awareness? Stop getting people to. We're not saying don't to stop drink alcohol. We don't want you to stop drinking. We want you to cut down the drinking. We want you to
responsibly. You can drink socially, but responsibly. You know.
Exactly. So, I mean, the rum make you feel good. You know, the good thing about me, Radhika, is that my alcohol is that, is life. Life. The air that I breathe every day is the air that makes me feel good and high.
That intoxicates you.
Yeah, that give me, you know what I'm saying?
The well-being, the feeling of...
I look at life as very different than most people. I really do count life as a blessing in our life, and so I want to live every breath that I take, I want to live a purpose-fully driven life.
That is as Dave Moti is saying, let us become aware life is precious. We only have one life to live, and I know there will be a day when everybody has to say goodbye to life. But while we have it, let's cherish it. Let's live it to the fullest, and don't waste it. You know, I see so many people drinking and they still go on living, and yet there are other people responsible, younger people responsible, and they don't drink, they don't smoke, or if they do, it's on a social basis. But yet still, they are the ones who get sick and die at a younger age than some people who do not care what they eat, what they drink. They
Right.
do not take care of themselves.
Yes, and
So it's a sad reality, but it's what happens.
also we have we're very pleased, and it's a pleasure to have Mr. Narayan Dat Sukram, our
Yeah.
friend out of Canada. We have to plan another show with him to bring him on.
Oh, he would be good to talk about the alcoholism as well and social issues.
He knows a lot of stuff. And
Yeah.
congratulations for all the awards that you're winning. And, Narayan said something on Facebook today, and he said that, sometimes the things that are meaningful in life, that we talk about, the important things on Facebook, on our show, people don't watch it. But you talk crap, you talk things that doesn't make sense, people rush.
And they have millions of
You
views,
have million
millions of
views and
views
so on.
to look at the nonsense.
So,
No message involved. It's just, what can I say?
so I do share the same sentiment with Narayan Dat. Miss Maria Harris, a very good evening to you. Maria promised me she's going to make some nice
Marby, please.
Mabi.
Yeah?
So you want Mabi too?
Oh, gosh, yeah.
We could pay she then.
Yeah.
So she's going to make
Gotta
some
bring-
syrup.
Of course. We can pay you, Maria, or you can come and we'll buy you lunch or dinner or whatever.
All right. So Maria got us. And we have Shahid Baksh, I think, from Canada. Thank you for watching. Felicia Kanai, a very good evening to you. Thank you very much for watching my live, my reels, them on Facebook. Anil Ramesh, a very good evening to you. Thank you very much. Let's go with another song. I didn't see this guy coming on. I wonder what's going on. We supposed to have this interview today with a Guyanese, a fashion designer.
Randy Marjorie.
Yes. So let's go with a nice song in the meantime.
I love
This is
this
Roy
song.
John. This is Roy John. This is Roy John. It's a human side when things go wrong, when the sin of lingers and temptation strong. कितना इसको समझाता हूँ, कितना इसको बहलाता हूँ, नादान है कुछ ना समझता है, दिन रात ये आहें भरता है, मेरा दिल भी कितना पागल है, ये प्यार तो तुमसे करता है, मेरा दिल भी कितना पागल है, ये प्यार तो तुमसे करता है, पर सामने जब तुम आते हो, कुछ भी कहने से डरता है, ओ मेरे साजन, ओ मेरे साजन. It's a human side when things go wrong, when the sin of lingers and temptation strong, into the born ring of each married man, and it's no sacrifice, just a simple word. It's too hard living into separate worlds. हर पल मुझको तड़पाता है, मुझे सारी रात जगाता है, इसी बात को तुमको खबर नहीं है, सिर्फ तुम ही पे मरता है, मेरा दिल भी कितना पागल है, ये प्यार तो तुमसे करता है, मेरा दिल भी कितना पागल है, ये प्यार तो तुमसे करता है, पर सामने जब तुम आते हो, कुछ भी कहने से डरता है, ओ मेरे साजन, ओ मेरे साजन. Mutual misunderstanding after the fact, cold, cold heart. things looking bad, just passing through, and it's no sacrifice, just a simple one. It's too hard living and too separate the world. Sacrifice, just a simple one. It's too hard living and too separate the world.
That's right. Welcome back. Welcome back. Guess what? I want to extend happy birthday greetings going out to Lynette. To Lynette Sanbihari of Lancaster Berbies. She'll be 69 years old on the 31st of this month. Greetings coming from your beautiful daughter, Sunita Singh. Again, happy birthday to Lynette Sanbihari from Lancaster Berbies, 69 years old. That's a long time to live to, but God bless her soul.
All right.
What's your
So
take?
to Maria, let's say Maria Harris, she wants Guyana Chinese food. I'm getting the Guyana Chinese food for us.
We
So-
could bring this seasoning from Guyana and then we'll cook it right here. So she will
Me
get,
enough for cook it.
we could get a Guyanese Chinese to cook the food. Don't worry about it. We can.
I can buy everything then, but I don't know how to cook it. So my friend Rose Sohan is on. How are you, Rose? Hello to you. And we have Sahid Baksh. Good afternoon to you. Sunita Madramutu. Hi, Sunita. How are you doing? And we have N. Rampersaud Singh. Good afternoon to you.
We have Ram Hiralal watching out of Canada. Also, my cousin Anne Rosemary Balde watching all the way from, I think, Minnesota. It's good to have you guys on, all of you. Thank you very much for watching. You could share it with your friends. This evening, we were supposed to interview a young man from out of Guyana, Mr. Randy Madre. He is a fashion designer. And so I haven't seen, I don't know if they have blackout in Guyana or what's going on. If I don't get him today, if he doesn't come on by 5, 6 o'clock, we'll come off, and then tomorrow night, Radhika will not be here. So I'll try my very best to see if we can do this interview tomorrow instead of today. But to open the show, we were talking about two cases that bothers me. One of them was the little girl where we see a female stamping her back, pulling her hair, jerking her hair. And I said, definitely, it is abuse.
Do you know if it was her mom? Or
I am not
a
sure. That's why I
relative?
said a female.
A female.
And she
okay.
was smoking too at the same time. You know, how I'm not sure if someone was, you know, we have to speak, you know, we're not sure what happened. If someone was recording it or if she had somebody set it up and was doing it. I don't know.
Yeah.
So,
But sometimes it's so weird if somebody is recording, but they would record, but nobody would go to help.
and that's sad. And I think that the person who was recording should get the same charge as the mother because they're standing up watching this abuse go on. Also, this last night, a parent, mother and father went to party last night. They got so drunk, they went home, they were sleeping, and one of them rolled on the baby, and the baby died. So, you know, I think that's reckless living. And someone wrote me, and, you know, but I'm not that big in society. But someone wrote me and said, Ken, you need to address some of these things where the child, the mother was pulling her hair and beating her and so on. I could give my voice. You can give your voice. We could talk about it. But, you know, there's a little that we can do. But I really want to, I need to, next time I go to Ghana, to make contact with
What
ministers
we
there.
can do is bring awareness and hope someone who can help us, a social worker or somebody who can help us, listens to the program and they can advise us how to go along making this a better, you know,
Absolutely.
a better solution to these problems.
I'm sure that Guyana has something in place where they can take these children, this child away from the parent. You know, to be honest with you, Radhika, I don't like to hear that parents, their child get taken away from them. But in this case, where you have a mother who doesn't have the child at best interest, you know, there is an issue there. So I think in this case, the child will be benefiting from going to live somewhere else than with
A foster parent.
like a
or-
foster parent. You know, and I'm sure there is so many people in Guyana who would probably want to take that child away and take care of that child. I'm far away. I'm here in the States, but I would definitely try to see how best I can help in any way, you know, if to help send some money for her or whatever.
Yeah.
Whatever it is. If
In
you know what I
whatever
mean.
way we can help, but we have to get to the bottom of the situation, see what is it that's really going on.
You know, one of the things to Radhika that we have to do, even you and I, when we go to Ghana, if we could get to meet some of these ministers who are responsible for these kind of things, so that anything happen, we can make a direct connection and see how we can address some of these things, you know, and to know what's going on, not in a punitive way, but to help in our way, if we can help in any way.
It's to help, but sometimes you have to go about helping when you know what the situation is and what is really going on, because we have had our hands burnt before,
Oh, God,
you know,
yes.
with situations. So we have to be more aware. I think we were a little bit too naive at the beginning, wanting to help.
Which story we talking about there?
I am not going to say which story. I'll tell you afterwards, but I'm not going to bring up any names. But
Okay, yeah. Okay, all right. I think I get it. So, yeah, although we bring awareness to things, we have to be very careful and mindful how we talk about these things and what do we do. Because sometimes, you know, like Bob Marley says, who the captain pulled the string. And sometimes when we talk on the radio, a lot of people pull the string. Not a lot. We got 1-2 people who think it's about them we're talking about. But the truth of the matter is we bring awareness to things that affect our community.
no, but in all the times that we've been doing everything that we've been doing, and it's good to help. I feel good that we did help this person, but afterwards that we hear that they pulled the cap over our eyes, it was kind of, you know.
You know,
Thing.
I say this all the time, Radhika, and it's a learned experience every time we go, is that sometimes when we do things, we have to just help and move on. And I'm not talking about anything that happened to us personally, is that we have to help and move on, not expecting anything from people, because from the time you start to expect things, we get disappointed. I have helped a whole lot of people. And to be honest with you, I was expecting that I treat you good, that you will treat me the same way. Unfortunately, that doesn't happen. So sometimes when you help, you just have to help and let it go. Don't expect.
In
You know
this
what I'm
life, there are givers and takers. I guess we are givers, and no matter what, we're always going to be givers. It doesn't matter, you know. It doesn't matter. We help, and that makes us happy. So. And it makes us feel good. So that's good. It's good. We will help. We'll continue to help.
We will continue. We would not stop. I would not stop. And I know Radhika wouldn't stop. I'll take a stick and come behind her. Rose Dohan, a very good evening to you. Shanti Samad, the beautiful Shanti Samad. You know, Shanti Samad, when I went, the first thing she did in Guyana, and you know the place was hot, the first thing she did, she bring coconut water. And I love that. And I got to tell you, you know, sometimes you meet people, but the things that people do for you will make you remember them all the time. And so anytime I listen to I see Shanti Samad.
You remember,
I remember Shanti coconut
and you remember
water.
that delicious coconut water.
Yes, that she served with love, you know. And the truth of the matter is, I didn't know Shanti Samad knows my family and so on very good. Until I was in the car and she says, "Oh, is Ken in the car? Okay, I want to see him and I want to meet him." And
Shanti is from Lenore.
she is from Hague side, somewhere around Hague. Yeah, so Shanti, good afternoon, my dear. And we have Shahid Baksh says, some people do those things to rip off overseas folks who want to help. And it is so true. I have to be very careful. We have to be very careful how we help people, because there's a lot of people who want help sometimes and they don't deserve the help. And I've seen that time and time again, that we got to be very careful. When you guys give us the money, how we spend the money.
Some people are just freeloaders, you know. So that's why we have to be. That's why we have to be careful and know that the situation is what they are saying that it is. If a child is sick, if a person is sick, if a parent is sick, yes, I think we should help.
Yes.
And in illness and all of that. But sometimes we try to give people a break in life so that they can support their family. but then you give them the money, and you don't know what happens. They spend the money, and that venture is just cut off at that point.
Right.
I think the best thing to do is like set them up with a little business so they can have a flow, an inflow of money coming and going. But if you just give people money, I think it's
Bad business.
bad business.
We have our own experience. When I heard that boy and I saw that boy was crying on Facebook with a 1 foot, I felt so sorry for him. And I thought in my mind, let me see if we could help this boy with a couple $100 to help start him on a business or something. But then I see T. Muhammad get involved, and so I back away from that. But I believe in teaching someone how to fish so that they could eat throughout their lives. But if you give them a fish, they would eat that fish out, and it's done.
One day, and that's it.
Right.
In a pea pod, that's what I was trying to get to. Give them the way that they can make a life after that.
I know Bibi Zafrali. Hello, darling. How are you? I know that she is planning to come on the show soon. Bibi Zafrali also, her husband passed away a couple of months, about 3-4 months ago, with alcohol related problems.
That,
so he was on the show, and so he wanted the story to be aired. He wanted his story to be told, and so his wife, she is not doing too well now, but as soon as she's strong enough, she will come, and she's in Schenectady whenever she's ready. I'm ready to talk to her, and so that we can help bring some awareness to alcoholism.
All right. We wish you a speedy recovery.
Rewati Ketwaru, a very good afternoon to you. Thank you very much for tuning in. The beautiful Elizabeth Lowe, watching all the way from Guyana. Thank you very much. Selena Motiram, she's watching from Leg One. I hope I get, yes.
That's where my mom's from.
Oh, right.
My mom's from Leg One.
You never know that.
Chooksbury. Back part,
Chooksbury.
Selena, do you know that part? It's back part,
She
Chooksbury.
never know. Leg One is a small island.
I'm one of the Dubays from, my mom is one of the Dubays from back part.
Oh, wow. Yes, so it's good to have all of you guys and ladies and gentlemen that's tuning in. Felicia, thank you very much. And, I am surprised with the reels that I'm making. I'm getting such a good response. Thank you, everyone. And it really means a lot because, those are life lessons that I'm sharing with you guys. So I hope, and I know I'm thankful that I'm getting the kind of response. And the one with the Hassa Curry, oh God, the Hassa Curry in Guyana is 125,000 people watch that play. My big face. And I was going to eat a lettuce seed with my hands, right? But thank God I didn't eat with my hand that day, or I didn't share that video, you know what I'm saying? But thank you so much. And there's so many lessons that I want to share with you guys because, being a nurse for over 30 years and working with addiction and working with people who are everything about themselves, they don't think about anybody else but themselves. I want to share my knowledge, my experience with you guys, how I see things going. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So, and would hope to make you a little better for yourself. Like, for example, I always tell people, Radhika, there's so many people bashing people now and again. And I tell people, and sometimes people feel bad. I do feel bad sometimes. But then I want to tell people that, that when people put you down, it's not about you, it's about them.
Yes, exactly.
What they're doing is what they're reflecting, how they are feeling. So I don't want our viewers to feel that it's their fault, if you know what I mean.
Yeah. Rewati is saying, I did see a story of a little girl that drunk. They were walking on the seawall.
Oh, yeah, that's West Coast too, I think.
Coast,
yeah.
Yes. She,
And the
I
pretty girl.
think it's saying a 9-year-old that drunk at the Zila seawall.
I saw that,
yesterday.
yes.
And they found her body at Metmenzark.
Oh, God, that thing break my heart.
Yeah.
She was a pretty girl.
And I think they were in a group and she was the one who
Yeah.
got pulled out in the waves. That is so sad. Very sad. And Sahid Bakshia, you're saying that we should get people in Guyana who could advise us. We do send out feelers.
We do.
We did. And last night I was talking to one of them, and he said, and this guy was, that's why it came to my head today to say it.
Right.
And he was saying, you guys got messed over. So I'm saying, yeah, but you were one of the person who was supposed to go and see the situation
Right.
and tell us about the situation. And his thing was like, oh, I didn't know at the time the whole situation.
And that was a pandit we trust too.
Yeah.
It was a pandit.
Oh,
We're
no,
not
the
gonna-
pandit, not the pandit.
Not the pandit.
Another part. We sent two persons to look after that.
Oh,
story.
okay, okay, yes, yes.
Yeah. So he was telling me that they knew we're trying to get people involved and find out what the story is, how we can help. But then the guy was telling me, oh, he didn't want to get that involved in telling us negative things.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Anyway, let me put that down alone. I see one body say, Parmesh Prasad says, the auntie on the show is Esther Cuban. And you know who she is too? I always like to say, she is brown sugar from the movie Brown Sugar, Too Bitter for Me. The beautiful, on my right, Miss Radhika Olarte. Miss Rohina Lal, a very good evening to you. Let's rock with a nice song. Let's go.
बोल सुबह शाम, हरे कृष्ण हरे
Nice. All right. Ravindra Ramcharan, that wasn't me singing, boy. I was just lip syncing here and having a good time. Thank you, though. Imran, it's always a pleasure having you on the show. And yes, we, note taken here, we are going to look up on this. I think it's graphophobia. Yeah. We are going to take that note taken and we're going to try to get all those questions. Is highly appreciated and we will be working on these situations. We have a few plans to get a lot of the social issues going and hopefully we can start very soon our videoing and our writing and our script. He doesn't like script. I need a script. So we'll figure that out.
Yeah, I like to be the real thing. I like to what I mean the real thing. I want to come out natural, raw, and I am going to come. We planning something to do about alcoholism, and we will tie in a lot of things that with the suicide, depression, the wife probably cheating, and all these fancy things where the husband threw up and diarrhea. I will go through that part of it. Let you guys see. I'll play the patient and the nurse exactly, and we'll get a counselor.
What am I doing? The beaten up wife?
You could be the wife who got nagged me.
Okay.
You know. You could be the wife who beat me up and thing, and one left me and so on.
Okay.
And so I have to ask this
you
question.
could change your habit or not? Huh?
You want a little trailer with that too? Radhika, let me alone. Radhika, you what the books them tell you take me for live forever. Now me a little drink, little rum. You want to left me?
I think you meant for rich and for poor and for health.
Oh, Radhika, you're not going to know me and go. Oh, Radhika, why you left me and go? So these are some of the things we're going to talk about.
I know why I left and go?
Why?
When you get your money, never give me any. Spending it only on the outside lady that was so hurtful to me.
Oh, Radhika, why you leave me and go?
Oh, I had the right to leave and go.
Do you think she go? And then me go come back and me go sing. You tell me when you take me first, when you really love me, that you will stay dead do us part, and now you will left me? It's not fair. You got to pull through to the end. The beautiful Miss Sam. Miss Sam Khan, good evening to you, darling. Hope all is well with you. Good to have you on. Henry Villa watching all the way from Irving, Texas. Hey, we could, Pamela, little pretty. Oh, God, she husband might jealous, Abby, because we can bring Pamela for be part of the show. Hi, Pamela. Good afternoon, darling. How are you? Pamela laughing. Imran, thank you. It's going to be a nice, I'm thinking every day.
Rowena wants to be a drinking partner.
So we are going to, at something I'm planning out, how we could do this. Hope soon that we could start the taping of this, because sometimes, Radhika, people don't get it when we talk about it. So if they see a play of this.
Yeah, it stays in your head. Seeing it, anything you do, seeing it as a story, it remains in your head, in your brains. But sometimes we talk and it's forgotten. People remember how they feel, but they don't remember what we say. But if we do it in a story form, a visual form, yes, I think it's a great idea.
Yeah. And so it will be great. So, you know what? Today we were supposed to interview Mr. Randy. Let me show you who Randy is. I say he's a sexy young man. If you watch on your monitor there now, you will see him. He was supposed to be on. I don't know what the problem is. If he don't come on today, I think he would not be on today. I'll try to do him tomorrow afternoon, tomorrow evening on from with
8 o'clock to 10 o'clock. Yeah, I'll be missing in action, but I'll try to
for a good cause. Yes, Shahid said, "Seeing is believing." Thank you, Shahid, for tuning in. I like when people tune in and they give their ideas and so, because we don't know everything. It's always good to get some ideas from our viewers.
Oh, we're learning from the viewers. We're learning a lot. We're getting, we thank you guys because your comments means a lot, and we're trying, and from those comments we have a lot of, we make a lot of input based on these comments as well.
Yeah, and you know
Like
what?
now, Imran said we should look into this anxiety, social anxiety, and that's one thing that's going on the list for us to do. So, and anytime, Imran, you want to come on the show, the door is open. You are welcome anytime.
Yeah, he
it
could
would
come.
be such an honor to have you on.
Probably we could bring him on a Monday night so we could have a nice loose conversation with him,
Mm-hmm.
you know. He has been around a long time with radio and television, so definitely Imran.
Man, this boy hard to catch. He always being at the neighbor house. I don't know what to do with him, Imran.
Yeah.
As
What
soon
can I
as the
tell you?
lady husband gone, he gone out, he gone to the house.
Uh-huh. So I'm looking for a nice song more to play. You know, song that I really like. Sometimes I play. I've learned a lot from both of you two on your show. Thank you very much. And you know,
And Pamela, we learn as much as we go. We get a topic, and we have learned a lot since the show as well. It's not like we know everything that we were about to say, but as we do the research, it's amazing. It's amazing the things that we learn as well.
that's right. And as I always say, you know, I learn. I share with you guys, you know, because I want our viewers to know what we are talking about too. You know, and it does make sense. You know, when I went to Guyana this last time, a couple of weeks ago, you know, I felt so bad for this young girl, 12 years old, who was a cancer survivor. And we can make a big difference in our community. And we don't have to be rich. You know, collectively, we could make a big difference. $1, we can make a big difference. I was so happy. You know, although I went to Guyana, I walk around a lot, but when I saw the smile on that girl's face when she received that tablet and the candy and the $100, my heart dropped. I felt so nice, you know. And
Nothing can take away that feeling. Nothing can
and-
take away that feeling.
And so I appreciate all of you guys, ladies and gentlemen, for watching this show, both shows, and for donating, because without you guys, we can't do half of the things that we are doing, because I'm not, I don't have a lot of money. And you,
So we have Imran committed to coming on the show. We have to find a date that is mutually that we are we are free to have that on. Yes,
he could tell us
Imran. Yeah,
anytime he want to come on, that's fine.
Imran. Anytime you want to come on, even if it's a Sunday or a Monday. I don't usually come on Sundays, but for you, I'll come.
You know, Shahid is asking a question, and I want to talk a little bit about it. He said, "I want to know why they taught gender in school as part of the curriculum, rather than emphasize on math." Shahid, I want to tell you, I've been a nurse for a long, long time, and in the industry that I'm in, I see a lot of people who are gay, bisexual, and there's a lot of new terms that you guys are probably not afraid, haven't heard it, like fluid, like some people would go with anybody that they feel like at the moment to go with, and so on. And it's important that people get to know these kind of things in the world. It's good to know who you're dealing with and how to deal with people, because easily people can sue you for not knowing who they are, and they could feel they feel a kind of a way sometimes, you know. And you guys could tell me, you know, Radhika, next month is Gay Pride is Pride Month, and I really wanted to do a show on Pride Month, not generally because I'm supporting anybody, but just as an educational show to know what people go through when they're gay, bisexual, whatever it is. Because, you know, the truth of the matter is that I feel I feel we live in a big world. God has blessed all of us, and I'm so glad. I don't want to be in the judgmental world where I judge people, because I believe at the end of the day, when we all die, we go by ourselves to God. Not my mother, my father, nobody will go with me when I die. I am answerable for my own sins and for my own self. So And then the other thing is we all look at different books, in the Hindu book, Christian book, Muslim book, and we have a set of guidelines which we have to follow. Sometimes, and I see a lot of times, people want to use some part of the Bible or some part of the Quran or the Gita. If we want to be that religious, then we need to read everything and follow the book to the T. We can't say we're going to tolerate somebody murder somebody or somebody cheating with somebody, but then we're going to cast stones on someone who's different than us. You know what I'm saying?
Totally agree with that.
So, and I
If
believe
we're doing it, you do it 100% the way it's supposed to be
right.
done.
I don't know how people feel about it. A lot of time people tell me about Ken, don't get into those kind of shows. But I think as a radio show host, I should be able to talk about anything. Not necessarily mean I wouldn't mind talk to somebody who murdered someone, because I want to know why a mother would treat her daughter bad or her son bad, like what we see that mother. I would talk to her. I want to know what's going on with her. You know what I'm saying? Unless we do these kind of things, unless we hear people's story, we would never know why people.
You have
do
to
things.
get to the bottom of the story.
You know what I'm saying?
The situations, why is this happening? There is usually a cause. There is a reason why these things happen.
I'm not defending that mother. I believe she can get jailed.
No,
She
it
should
could
jailed.
be mentally related.
Yes,
it could
yes.
be kind of stress. It can be depression. There are so many factors that can be playing there.
Right.
So,
She could be depression. It could be depression. And so many other things that we don't know about. And yet sometimes, like when I heard this story, I said, listen, they should jail her. I believe, this is me. I've been a psych nurse for a long, long time. And I see how psychiatric patients behave. They're born, some of them born with this, right? And I believe if a psych patient kills somebody, I would prefer to see they get locked up in a mental institution than to be in prison. I think that they need to get the kind of care that they need to get so they could live a good life.
the care and the help.
They help. Because we have a lot of people out there on the subway, among us, who are mentally ill. We are not getting the kind of care that we need to get to keep us safe. Things are changing the way we take care of mental health patients. Now you do something, they call 911, you take them to the hospital. Now they discharge you. They discharge you, and they will only admit you if you say you want to kill yourself. I believe that a psych patient should be held until they do a fully evaluation on the patient before they do anything, release them home. You know, so there are so many conversations that we could really have about all of this. And like I said, it's easier to cast stones. We see people drinking. We see people doing drugs. Sometimes we wonder why. And sometimes the first question I will ask people, why was this person drinking so much? What precipitated them to start using drugs, alcohol? You know what I'm saying? Someone is speeding with a car. I want to know why they're speeding. Is somebody dying? They're speeding because they drink. They're speeding because they don't know better. So we need to talk about a lot of things, bring a lot of things.
Is there an emergency or is just irresponsibility?
Exactly so.
Yeah.
So sometimes before we start judging and criticize people, and I believe that we all need to share love. We meet people who go through a lot of hard time. They go through a lot of hard time. We don't know what they go through, and that's why we need to be kind to people when we go to work. And I always tell my wife, when I come home, you see me sit down quiet. It's not because I want to be quiet sometimes, just I'm tired hearing listening to sad stories or hearing things. You know, I'll tell you a story one time. I met this girl, and I never forget her. And she was so upset, and I sat with her, and I asked her, what's going on? Why are you so upset? And when she finished telling me her story, I was left at awe. Her father had raped her. Her son had raped her. Her boyfriend had raped her. And I'm saying to myself, all the people who are supposed to be there to protect you, they're the one that's abusing you. Imagine that girl, the safest arms that she could have been in is her mother. And her mother beat her and tolerate all the kind of crap that she go through. That child, I hope that she get all the care that she needs, that she don't be left broken when she grew up. As we're talking about broken, and I only carry on like this because we were supposed to interview someone and they haven't showed up. I don't know what's going on. If they have blackout in Guyana or the internet down. But another story that I want to say, sometimes we see people, we don't know what they're going through. People are struggling. A lot of people struggling. As a radio host, I get a lot of people who they hear about me. They write me. They say, Ken, can you help in this? I got somebody in India is begging me for help, and I don't know what to do. Sometimes I get frustrated because I don't know them in India. I don't know anybody in India, and who am I going to help? And he asked me for $3,000 this morning.
Wow.
I don't have those kind of money, but people are struggling, and then sometimes you don't know who to believe. So I got my let me see, Guava man,
Right.
he always right.
Yeah. Somebody, I just wanted to shout out. A viewer wanted to send birthday greetings to her son, but we passed it and I can't find it again.
Birthday greetings, let's
yeah.
look for it.
So if you can just send back the request, please.
Rita Singh is watching all the way from Florida. My grandfather's name was Adam, and my grandmother's name was Eve. Shahid, you want to be wicked. Her husband is retiring soon, so I can go over as much. Oh God, let's talk. Let me talk a little bit about Shahid. Please don't take what I'm going to say too personal, but who give us the right to change? You know how I look at things, Shahid? God bless all of us, right, in this life. And we do whatever we want to do with our life. As long as we're not hurting anybody, I don't care. Look, I could tell you guys a lot of story, but I got to be very careful I don't get in trouble. But I see a lot of things. And that's a whole lot of story. That's a big story you're talking about it. That could get me in trouble too. Addressing these kind of issues. But I could go and talk a little bit. As you ask the question, my brother. God bless, God, as you said, made Adam and Eve, right? I know in the books they talk about gay and lesbian and so on. I don't care what people do with their own life. Like I said before, as long they're not hurting me, my wife, my family, or anybody else, I don't care. Like I said before, my brother, Shahid, I want to put the same emphasis we are talking about gay and straight and these things. Why aren't we not focusing into men beating up their wife beating up their husband? Why are we not addressing those kind of sins? Why are we not talking about people cheating and all these kind of things? I did my share of things too. You understand what I'm saying, Radhika? If we're going to talk, we cannot look at the coin on one side. The coin have three sides. You have the circle, the wrong. You have the one side, then you got the other side. So we cannot target one thing. If we're going to talk about abuse, we're going to talk about gay, straight, bisexual, we need to address different things of the world. I want to talk about things, people starving, people don't have food to eat. That's the things I want to talk about. I don't want to talk, like I said before, when the day I close my eyes, I'm not taking anything with me. And I'm not going to take Tom, Dick, Harry, Patsy, Pansy with me to answer for me. I am going to answer for my own sin. And all of us have sins and come short the glory of God. You, me, Radhika Olarte, we can't even talk about some of the sins that we commit in this world. Mm-hmm. So I want to, and I tell you, I'm so glad that God has bring this into me. I want to live a life not to be judging about people too much. I don't care what you do with your life. If God give you $100, I don't care what you do with your $100. But you should not be care what I do with my money too. You know what I'm saying? The same.
Exactly.
Right? Am I right or wrong?
No, that's correct.
You guys let me know what I'm talking. You know, we care so much about gay, lesbian, and bisexual, but we don't care about a man murder his wife, murder his children. We don't care a man don't give his wife any money. We don't care about people killing themselves and killing other people, but we care about two happy gay people in the world. Where are we heading? Like I said, if they're not going to push anything down our throat, our children's throat in school, it's a whole different story.
That's the big issue right now.
Right.
That's the issue right now. I am not too versed in that. That's one of the topics that I will have to research a little bit.
Right.
Yeah, I'm not too versed in what is going on now with the gender story in school. You can't say. I know when I went to do my booster shot for the COVID, on the application, on the form that you have to fill out, there was this whole bunch of things, male, female,
I'm confused.
gender, and all of that.
Well, every day.
Well, I wasn't confused. I ticked off female.
Straight.
I did female, but the rest of it, I couldn't even figure out what some of them were.
And anywhere, you know, I wanted to talk about that one day. Anywhere you go, you get a form to fill out. Are you gay, straight, bisexual? Are you transgender? Are you whatever it is? So, you know, all I want, Radhika, is for us to, God give us a life to live and live our life to suit ourselves and be good to each other.
Be good to each other and do not do bad things to other people. That's the main
Right,
object.
don't hurt people.
Yeah, don't hurt people. So there is somebody who wanted a birthday shout out to her son.
Let me run through that and see.
Yeah, I can't find the post. I was hoping that the mom would do it again so that we can see. But a very happy birthday to this little prince, and we wish you all the best. Hope you have a lot of cake and ice cream on your special day.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, and the thing is that people say God, and I agree with what's his name. God made Adam and Eve, right? But also, how do people get diabetes? How do babies get cancer? How do people get all these different diagnoses? God didn't made all of us perfect. And I do this all the time. I see so many babies struggling from birth till they die with so many problems. You know what I'm saying? So, hey, I never know. That's not a thing I want to get argue about. All I want to talk about is that let's make this world a better place. Let's stop looking what each other doing. You know what I'm saying? Let's be kinder to each other.
Be happy. Live to be happy. Make others happy.
That's right. Everyone is battling with something in life.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Bibi Zaffarali wants to say happy birthday to her husband in heaven. So happy birthday. May the angels celebrate with him.
I like to read Guavaman, workshops similar to Alcohol Anonymous around the country can help address these social issues in Guyana with local religious leaders. Back in the days, young people or teenagers will be accepted to Kuru and Portmont without credentials, plus get boarding assistance. Absolutely. And so, all I tell people, man, is listen, let's live and let everybody else. Hafiz Khan, a very good evening to you. Let's support each other for a better world. Ravindra, thank you very much for all you do. Our words we speak can hurt people so much. Mm-hmm. That is we have to think before we come out of our mouth define us. Absolutely.
And that's such a truth statement, Pamela. Once the spoken word is out of your mouth, you cannot retract it. It's out, it's done. And as they say, the tongue is the one who has the most power in your body.
I got no bone, right?
No bones, more power. Whatever you say, you can't retract that. So that is absolutely correct.
Right, and I hope nobody get upset when we talk, because we talk, and I hope that you guys would, listen and give it a consideration. What is important, judging people, or are we going to try to live live a good life? You know what I'm saying? Because I tell people, like sometimes, people would talk, supposing your son, people would ask, I hear people in the conversation, if your daughter come home and she's gay and lesbian, what would you do as parents? And I tell people, you know what? The world is a wicked world out there. You have to accept your child for whatever they are. You know what I'm saying? And be good and kind to them. Because when they go out there, it's a different story. And let me go. I respect everyone. Thank you very much, Shahid. And thanks for bringing up that. We need to talk about these things.
We do need a thing, but I think I need to brush up on that a little bit. I'm not too sure about the whole gender thing going on in schools right now. There's
Right.
a big thing going on in the school right now about gender. You can't say you're this, you can't say you're that, you're not a miss, you're not a mister. So it's a big thing going on right now, but I haven't read too much about it. I'm not sure what it entails.
And I agree with Shahid. He said, as long as they're not pushing it in your throat, it's a
Exactly.
whole different story.
But right now the kids are, they're like without a gender. They can't say what they are until they're older and they decide what they want to be.
Yeah.
And they decide, then it's crazy.
What I want to see in the world, I don't care about what people do. I'll be honest with you. As long as I could have a good life, you know, I just put it like this. If when you're in your dying bed, if when you're in your dying bed and you lie down there and a gay nurse could save your life, wouldn't you want that nurse to save your life?
Of course.
You know what I'm saying? It doesn't matter what gender come and take care of you. What matter really is who's there to save your life. So I would hope that the world would be a better place. And the world is big enough for everybody. I see people fighting for land and people fighting for this and fighting for that. Do you know that 80% of Guyana is not, people don't live on the land, it's empty.
Right.
It's rainforest.
Yeah. Mhm.
And people fighting because you take
Because-
1 inch of my land and that one take 1 inch of that one land.
Talking about a gay thing, I heard this from a mother and it touched me a lot. The son, it's a gay couple and they got married. And when one of the mothers was seeing the story, she said, I prefer to come and celebrate with my son at his wedding and not go to his funeral and see him in a coffin because people wouldn't accept him.
Oh.
So from a mother's point of view as well, what can I say? We have to accept certain things at certain time for the happiness of our children too.
Absolutely, that's true. I see Mr. Randy Madrid he just tuned in. He just say hello, so I will probably direct this for tomorrow. As we now find them. So all right. So I guess tomorrow we will talk to Randy.
Is there a time difference in Guyana and here?
I don't
right
think
now?
so. I don't think it's different in Guyana. Or you want us to do the interview? We could probably do it. We have 1 hour. We have 1 hour to go.
Is he on?
Let me see. Let me play a song, ladies and gentlemen, and we will see if we could bring Mr. Randy Madre on. If we could bring him on for an hour interview and see. I really thought you guys were. Since I didn't hear from you since okay, so let me I don't doubt whether he will be ready for today because he probably not dressed up and so on. I really thought you guys weren't ready yet. Yes, I don't know. Anyway, let's play a song.
सागर कितना मेरे पास है मेरे जीवन में फिर भी प्यास है Redeemer full of ऐसा किसी ने मेरा तोड़ा बर्बादी की तरफ ऐसा मोरा एक भले मानुष को अमानुष बना के चोरा दिल ऐसा किसी ने मेरा तोड़ा बर्बादी की तरफ ऐसा मोरा सागर कितना मेरे पास है मेरे जीवन में फिर भी प्यास है सागर कितना मेरे पास है मेरे जीवन में फिर भी प्यास है प्यास भर जीवन चोरा अमानुष बना के चोरा ऐसा किसी ने मेरा तोड़ा बर्बादी की तरफ ऐसा मोरा एक भले मानुष को अमानुष बना के छोरा दिल ऐसा किसी ने मेरा तोड़ा बर्बादी की तरफ ऐसा मोरा मेरे वास्ते नाकामियों से नाता मेरा जोड़ा अमानुष बना के छोरा ऐसा किसी ने मेरा तोड़ा बर्बादी की तरफ ऐसा मोरा एक भले मानुष को अमानुष बना के छोरा दिल ऐसा किसी ने मेरा तोड़ा बर्बादी की तरफ ऐसा मोरा सूरज फिर से निकले रहता नहीं है अंधेरा मेरा सूरज ऐसा रूठा देखा न मैंने सवेरा उजालों में साथ मेरा छोरा अमानुष बना के चोरा ऐसा किसी ने मेरा तोड़ा बर्बादी की तरफ ऐसा मोरा एक भले मानुष को अमानुष बना के चोरा दिल ऐसा किसी ने मेरा तोड़ा बर्बादी की तरफ ऐसा मोरा बर्बादी की तरफ ऐसा मोरा बर्बादी की तरफ ऐसा मोरा
Welcome back to the Ken Rampersaud Show on Island Zone Radio. So it was good having all you guys. It was a great conversation. Anyway, I hope that you guys enjoyed the conversation. Randy didn't expect that we would do the interview today, so unfortunately we are sorry. I'm going to try to get him tomorrow night and see if we could do it tomorrow night or some other day. And so we want to say thank you very much for everyone who tuned in tonight. Unless you guys want to talk about something, You could bring up the topic. We could rip it up and see how best we talk. If not, we'll talk tomorrow or next week.
It will be not tomorrow.
Right.
I'll be
Radhika
on.
is going to a funeral tomorrow. So on behalf...
I'll see everyone next Monday.
Yeah. We will be interviewing some...
Some of the contestants of the pageant
yes.
coming on. Randy has to come on first, so we are hoping to get the interview with Randy as soon as possible, and then we will have the contestants, the delegates.
Yes.
The delegates of the...
Yeah, and we'll get to talk to Randy too, because he could always come on back during the delegates when they come on to give a little side note. So anything else we want to talk about?
I guess we can call it a night.
If not, you guys have a good week, and we will talk. On behalf of the Ken Rampersaud Show and from our hearts to Radhika and Ken, we would like to extend our deepest sympathy to Patsy. Her husband passed away, and tomorrow is the funeral in Brooklyn, Telford. And she's a sweet lady. She looks nice, and I heard that she is not taking it well. So we're going to go tomorrow to share some love. Also, Lynette San Bihari, happy birthday, 69 years old from Lancaster, Berbice. This greetings coming from her daughter, her beautiful daughter, Sunita Singh. God bless you and enjoy the rest of your life, Mama. 69 years old, that's good years,
it's
right?
69 years young.
All right, so yes. We will talk, ladies and gentlemen. Let me see if anybody say anything. You guys, something, I don't know why I get thing on my phone. So yes, you guys have a great evening. Enjoy the evening. You have an extra evening, right? So take it easy until tomorrow night.
All right, see you guys. I'll see you guys next Monday. Keep cool and have a great and productive week ahead. Thank you.